Dark fantasy. Spawn of the subhuman. Beautiful takeoff.
Yes, good pilot. But why did you charter such a large plane for just the two of us, Michael? Isn't this being just a bit too pretentious?
Nothing but the best from now on, Adela. Besides, this was the only plane available. You can unloosen your safety belt now.
I might as well confess that the real reason I was late was because I took so much time reading the notices in the paper this morning.
Weren't they superb?
Excellent. The audience was quite nice to me last night. Extremely appreciative, but I didn't expect such fine reports from the press.
Didn't I tell you before the concert that you'd be a hit? Today, my dear, you're recognized as the outstanding soprano of the nation.
You've had a lot of faith in me, haven't you, Michael?
Well, offhand, I'd say I have, yes.
You spent a lot of money to make me a success.
Don't worry. I'll collect every cent of it back if we get as good houses as we had last night.
Michael.
Yes, darling?
Do you feel, well, rather strange?
Strange? No, dear. Why?
I feel like something is going to happen.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. A feeling of impending danger just seemed to come over me all of a sudden.
Danger? What possible danger could we be in?
I don't know. But I've had this feeling before. It's like someone had spread a shroud down over this airplane.
Oh, now that's a peculiar way to talk, Adela.
It's the same sort of feeling I had that day Stephen disappeared.
Stephen Wilder?
Yes.
Adela.
I was riding in my car that day. I'd been to a matinee with several of my friends. We'd had a glorious time. I was quite happy. So I drove out into the country with the top down on my car. The wind was blowing against the car, just as it's blowing against the plane now. And the sun was glistening on the bright metal of the car, just as it's glistening on the wing out there.
Darling, please don't think of that now.
Oh, it was a lovely day. Just like today. My heart was very light. I was happy. Thrillingly happy. Stephen and I were to be married within a week.
Adela, please.
And then, for no reason at all, I had that strange feeling. It just came out of nowhere and settled down around me like a huge cloth might cover the body of someone who had just died.
Don't talk that way, darling.
It was the strangest feeling I'd ever experienced. Weird. Terrible. It gave me the feeling that 100,000 evil spirits were racing at a maddening pace behind my car, trying to catch up with me, clutch me in their bony, fiendish hands.
That was so long ago. 5 years.
So long ago. It seems like yesterday. Then, when I speeded up the car, something began to pound in my ears. It's pounding there now, Michael. It's pounding there now.
Adela, please.
The faster I drove, the more that evil shroud hung over me. I gave the car more gas. More, and more, and more. And then,
When they found you in the wreckage, they thought you were dead.
I couldn't make the curve. The motor had reached full speed. I could think of but one single danger. The invisible danger that raced there behind me, striving to catch me in its hold.
But there was no one. Nothing.
Oh, but there seemed to be. And what was so strange, all of a sudden that bright day vanished. Just vanished. Clouds came out of nowhere and hid the sun from sight.
Darling, I better pull down this shade on the window.
Oh, Michael, wait a minute. Look. Look outside. Clouds. We're flying below them. And they've completely blotted out the sun.
The sun will be out in a minute.
Oh, it's just like that day. Clouds hiding the sun. Just like they did that day.
Oh, just a coincidence.
Dark, dreary clouds. Followed by loud bursts of thunder. Listen. Oh, Michael. What does it mean?
Nothing at all. Just a thunderstorm. Pilot will go up and fly above it.
Why didn't he go up above the storm when he saw it?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he didn't see it, that's why.
Certainly he did.
No, it came up. Just like that day 5 years ago. Out of nowhere. It came up before the pilot was even aware of it.
Oh, nonsense.
It wasn't nonsense 5 years ago. First the clouds, then the thunder, then it began to rain.
Well, look for yourself. It's not raining now. It's nothing but an electrical storm. See, we're going above it.
Oh, Michael, I'm frightened.
There's nothing to be frightened about. There, look. There's the sun again.
It was all so strange. That feeling. The clouds hiding behind the sun. The thunder.
Sure, but no rain.
Mr. Brock?
Oh, Michael.
Darling, just the pilot talking to us over the talkback system. Push that button right there so I can answer him.
Mr. Brock, Miss Rhodes.
Yes, pilot, what is it?
Don't be alarmed about the storm. We're above it now.
Oh, yes, thank you. Just an electrical storm, isn't it?
No, sir. It's more than that. It's raining cats and dogs down there.
Michael. Rain. Oh, Michael.
We're up above the storm. Nothing can harm us here.
You remember, don't you? I never saw Stephen Wilder again after that experience I had 5 years ago.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
No one ever saw him again. He just disappeared.
Please, darling, don't think about it anymore today. You're tired. Perhaps a little rest would do you good.
Oh, yes, you're right. I am tired.
Just lie back and relax then. Honestly, sweet, there's nothing to be worried about. We just happened to run into a storm and you thought about that old experience of yours.
I wonder, Michael. I wonder if we did just happen into the storm. Michael, where are you, darling?
Over here, dear. Did you have a good sleep?
Oh, I did sleep after all. Why are the lights out?
Oh, I turned them out so you'd sleep as long as you could. Now I'll switch them back on. There.
What time is it?
9:30.
9:30. Oh, Michael, I've been asleep more than 8 hours.
I thought you'd never wake up.
It's after dark, and you've had the lights off all this time just for me.
Well, I guess I'd better admit I got a little sleep, too.
Where are we now?
Over Mexico. Hey, hungry, dear?
Oh, I'm famished. You know, I can't imagine what made me sleep so long.
We land at Centella. We can get food there.
Have we landed at all since I retired?
No, we're circling now. Well, that's Centella down there.
Oh.
They better pretty up a bit. This is a secluded part of the country, but you never know who you're going to run into. That was Centella.
How long before we're in Monterey?
Oh, about an hour.
Did you get good reservations?
The best. Did you enjoy your dinner?
Oh, immensely. That was a nice place. Certainly a rough landing field, though.
Well, it's not actually a landing field. We had to land someplace to refuel before we got to Monterey, so I picked Centella.
I enjoyed it. Quaint little place. It's a funny thing, Michael. Did you notice the plane?
What do you mean, dear?
It didn't look a bit like it had been in a rainstorm.
I thought you'd forgotten all about that. Of course it didn't look like it. We flew above the rain before it started.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to spend the next hour looking through my fashion magazines before we land at Monterey.
Yes?
Should we be over water?
Water? Well, no, of course not.
Well, we are. There's water all around us.
Well, let's see. By heaven, Adela, you're right.
The pilot's off his course.
Well, surely you must realize it.
Oh, you better go up and find out.
Yes, I will. I'll be right back.
Hurry, Michael, for heaven's sake.
Right. The door to the pilot's cabin's locked. I say, pilot. Pilot.
What's wrong, Michael?
Oh, the door to this cabin is locked. Curtain over the windows pulled down inside. Pilot, open up.
Look, he's raising the curtain. Michael.
Good Lord. A thick, hairy arm.
Michael. That's not our pilot at the controls. It's a monkey.
A gorilla.
Oh, Michael. Are we dreaming?
No, it's true. A live gorilla piloting our plane.
But that's impossible.
No, confounded door's locked. Open this door. Open up.
Oh, Michael, be careful. Look at him. Peering back at us with little beady eyes. And an expression on his face that almost human.
This is fantastic. How in the world did we ever come to be in the air with a creature like that?
We had our regular pilot when we landed at Centella. I saw him climb down out of the cabin.
So did I. But I never did see him again before we took off. Naturally, his back was to me when I gave him the go-ahead signal.
Oh, Michael. Michael, now what?
Oh, we're over land. He's bringing the plane down.
Oh, Michael. We're on the ground.
An absolutely perfect landing.
Oh, he's unlocking the door now. Michael, what's he going to do?
Just take it easy. Don't get excited. Whatever you do, don't run or make a fast movement. Don't let him know you're afraid of him.
Just standing there, looking at us.
Whatever you do, don't let him know you're afraid of him.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Michael.
That creature talked.
Of course I talk.
Oh, we're a couple of fools, Adela. Just our pilot playing a trick on us, dressed up in a monkey suit.
There is no trickery. I am not your original pilot.
What?
I joined you at Centella, where I came to meet you for Dr. Luther.
Dr. Luther?
Yes. He's waiting for you. Come, follow me.
Steady, darling. Come on. We'd better follow him.
Here's the doctor now.
Well, Stephen, I see you brought our visitors.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, just as I directed you. Welcome, Adela Rhodes, and welcome to your lovely, lovely voice.
I say, look here.
And welcome to you, Mr. Brock. I'm so sorry that you will be of no assistance to me. However, you may be interested in what I have planned.
Now, listen, Dr. Luther. I want to know what this is all about.
You will learn what it is all about, and without delay, I assure you. Come, Stephen. Don't be so inhospitable. Show our guest into the laboratory. Sit down over there, my dear. Over here, Mr. Brock.
Michael.
Dr. Luther, I demand an explanation. Where are we? Why have you brought us here?
You're too full of questions, Mr. Brock. I've already told you I'm about to show you why I brought you here. Here, high in these mountains, secretly, I've been working for 5 years, experimenting, testing, trying to accomplish what everyone would have said was utterly impossible had I told them about it. But I didn't tell anyone. Instead, I came here and built this laboratory. You see, it's fully equipped and modern in every detail.
Oh, look here, Dr. Luther.
During those 5 years, I trained Stephen here. I believe you will agree my training has been very successful. You now see an almost full-grown gorilla, behaving like a human, acting like a human, even talking like a human. I've been very kind to you, haven't I, Stephen?
Yes, Dr. Luther. Of course you have been kind.
Yes, just so. Scientists back there in your world, my dear Miss Rhodes, will tell you it's impossible to completely train a gorilla. That is the second point in which I've proved them wrong. Stephen, sing for us.
Yes, Doctor.
Si può, signore, signori.
Doesn't he have an excellent voice?
Michael, did you hear that?
Impossible.
Sing again, Stephen.
Oh,
You see, soon he will be world famous. I shall travel with him, take him to the 4 corners of the earth, and show people how well my gorilla sings.
Oh, Michael, I can't believe it. That's Stephen Wilder's voice.
It can't be.
Ah, but it is.
Yes. Now I remember. Now I know who you are, Dr. Luther. Stephen Wilder had an appointment with you that day he disappeared 5 years ago. I'd forgotten all about it, but I just now remembered.
So that's what happened to Stephen Wilder. You kidnapped him and brought him here and... You...
Precisely. I brought him here to do what others said could never be done. When I chloroformed him 5 years ago and brought him here, I thought I was ready. But my gorilla wasn't. So I had to wait. 3 months ago, I performed the operation.
Operation?
I removed the vocal cords from the man and grafted them into the gorilla.
Oh.
This is ridiculous. A thing like that can't be done.
Oh, surely you don't deny the proof I've just given you, Mr. Brock. Stephen, sing. You recognized that voice, Miss Rhodes, the moment you heard it, because you'd sung operas with Mr. Wilder so much.
That was the way he sang, to exercise his voice.
Don't you both realize what I have here? The secret of an untold wealth. Why, besides knowing how to train this ferocious and morose type of animal, besides knowing how to transfer human vocal cords successfully, I have something I can exhibit to the world to prove my knowledge. Think of the fortune I can amass, because people will pay immense sums to see and hear my singing gorilla.
Stop it. Stop it, I say. Why have you brought me here? Surely you could have spared me this.
I will tell you why, Miss Rhodes. If you and Mr. Brock will step over here...
The only place we're going to step is out of this place.
You will do as I ask. Stephen, these people are not to leave.
Very well, Dr. Luther.
Over here, if you please.
Better do what he says, Adler.
There. Go through this plate glass. Look into the next room.
Another gorilla.
Yes. Isn't it a fine specimen?
Fine specimen?
Yes, she.
She?
Oh, no. No. You're not planning.
I've trained her very carefully. She was so much more responsive than the male. Now that she's able to obey me, I'm quite ready for the rest of my plans for her.
Oh, no. No, you can't. I won't let you.
I'll say he can't.
Neither of you will be able to prevent it. Soon I'll tour the world with the most amazing exhibition on earth. A male and a female gorilla singing all the world-famous operas.
Look here, you...
Wait a minute. I just happened to think of something, Doctor.
Yes?
Do you remember the day Stephen Wilder had that appointment with you 5 years ago?
Yes, certainly I remember. I'd been planning to obtain possession of him so I could bring him here. I was most pleased when he called and asked for an appointment.
But did he tell you why he was calling upon you?
I know. No, he didn't.
He came to you, Dr. Luther, because he was losing his voice.
You must be wrong.
I am not wrong. I am the only one he told about it. It had been worrying him for a long time. You see, the more he sang, the worse his voice became. He was gradually losing it.
But that's impossible.
Do you think so, Doctor? You're a specialist on that subject. That's why he was coming to you that
No,
day.
you must be wrong. After all the work I've done.
Your gorilla will lose his voice, Dr. Luther. And I assure you, before you'll do anything to me, I'll see to it that my voice is ruined too.
He won't. He can't. He's an excellent voice. Excellent. Yes, of course he is. We've worked together. I've trained him. His voice can't go bad on me now. Not now. Just when it's finally successful.
Oh, you'll see, Dr. Luther.
No, you're wrong. You're mistaken. He'll sing all right. He won't lose his voice. Will you step in? No, of course not. You're in an excellent voice, Stephen. Sing. Sing your head, Stephen. Show him.
Si può, signore, signori.
There, you see? Did you hear that? A beautiful quality, beautiful tones.
Oh, Maria.
Listen, Doctor.
Stephen, what's wrong? Try again.
Oh, Maria.
Now you think I'm wrong.
So, it's true. Stephen, you devil. After all I've done, after all my work, this is what I get as a reward. I've sacrificed everything. My position, my career, all my money, and this is what happens. Well, there's one way, Stephen. By heaven, there's one way.
Get back, Adela.
He got a gun.
No, Dr. Luther. That would have hit that beast, but look at him.
Stop! No! No, Stephen! Stephen, no! Stephen, let go of me! No, Stephen!
Fantasy.
You have heard Spawn of the Subhuman, tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop. Ben Morris was heard as Michael Brock, Eleanor Naylor Corrin was Adela Rhodes, Garland Moss played Dr. Luther, and Muir Height was the gorilla. Next Friday night at this same time, listen to the 16th in this series of dark fantasy dramas created by Scott Bishop, The Man with the Scarlet Satchel. The story of an aged millionaire who receives a child's set of modeling clay as a practical joke, but who turns the gift into an incredible and weird instrument of destruction. Don't miss this unusual story next Friday night, The Man with the Scarlet Satchel. Tom Paxton speaking. Dark Fantasy comes to you from WKY, Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Dark Fantasy.
Eating from the darkness.
What's that? Oh, telephone. Confounded, the first chance a man gets sleep in this country, and that blame telephone has to wake me up. I should let it ring till doomsday. Yes? Yes, this is Sand Canyon Airport. Oh, this is Don Thurman speaking. Yeah, there's a plane here. Where? Mantella. Well, I don't care much for that trip across the desert, but if you need the plane, they're willing to pay me for flying it to you. They will make it 600 and it's a deal. All right, I'll make the arrangements. Yeah, you can expect me in about 7 hours if everything goes all right. Yeah, fine. And have that 600 waiting for me. I'll need it at Mantella. Let's see. Northeast, 13 degrees. And Mantella lies in that direction. I'm going to buck a headwind most of the way, I'm afraid. And those mountains worry me. They're dangerous. Let's see now. Over this way, it's Santia. No, not that way for me. If I ever ended up in Santia, I wouldn't want to bet anything on my chances of getting to that place and coming out to tell about it. I can't stay up here much longer. The sandstorm over the desert's getting worse every minute. I can't see a thing down there. Thick as pea soup. Oh, confound it, there goes the motor, choked up with sand. Well, here goes. I can't see where I'm heading, but maybe I can bring her in on her belly. War drums. Trouble. They've been pounding in my ears for hours. Oh, my eyes blinded by that awful sandstorm. I can't see. Don't know whether it's day or night. All I know is that someone found me out there on that desert and brought me here. Is that someone? Someone there.
I have come to take you to the king. You will be placed in the den of the leopards.
Leopards?
It is our custom here to feed uninvited guests as a sacrifice to the leopards of the pit.
What is this?
It nears the time of the full moon. When the moon is full, its rays affect our leopards, maddens them, makes them vicious beyond control. Only the flesh of man will quiet them. And only the king can perform the ceremony of sacrifice.
King? What king?
King of Santia.
Am I at Santia?
You are. Yes, you have come where white man is forbidden.
But my plane was forced down on the desert. I was purposely avoiding Santia. I was trying to reach Mantella.
You were 500 miles from Mantella.
But I can't be. I was only in that storm for a few hours.
The storm has been raging for 3 days.
3 days? Why, I've been only 2 hours on the desert. The storm came up only a few hours ago.
The entire desert has been covered with a storm for 3 days.
But I don't understand.
You were discovered only because the Anna has once again displayed her temper towards her father.
Iana?
Daughter of King Genasi. It has been arranged that Iana is to wed within the changing of the moon. And Iana has rebelled. She attempted to flee Santia through the desert storm. She was followed. She was discovered there with you.
Then she found me.
Yes. The two of you were returned here to the village. Now you will come with me.
My eyes. I can't see a thing.
It is the justice of Santia.
What do you mean?
Come.
You will have to guide me.
Then take my arm. Now.
All right. Let's go.
This way.
How far?
Wait. Tanamahasi!
What's the matter?
Tanamahasi!
What in thunder are you talking about?
They're in the sand. Tanamahasi. Big foot.
I told you I can't see.
Big foot, Tanamahasi. Big leopard foot. Followed by man.
Leopard foot?
Yes, they're in the sand. Leopard tracks, followed by man tracks. Come, hurry.
Wait a minute.
We must hurry. Evil spirits set loose again by full moon. Tanamahasi, big leopard. Come, we hurry. I have brought you the prisoner, wise one.
Prisoner? Look here, what is this?
You have come, Mr. Thurman, but you are not welcome.
I tried to tell your flunky here that I didn't come to Santia purposely. I was headed for Mantella.
You are not a very wise man, Mr. Thurman, to make such an unwise statement. Mantella is 1,000 miles from here.
No, I got off my course. I ran into a sandstorm. My plane was forced down.
It's a likely tale.
But it's true. I was blinded by the sand. I'm still blind. If you have a doctor,
You say you are blind?
I am. I need medical attention right away.
Blind. It is the justice of Santia.
What are you talking about?
It is a law that should a white man look upon the countenance of Princess Iana, his eyes shall be blind.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tanasi. I've never seen your princess.
We found you with her on the desert.
Well, I was unconscious when you found me.
But she was with you.
Then she found the same spot where I took refuge.
We are not fools here, Mr. Thurman.
Fools? I don't understand.
It is so ridiculously evident.
What's so evident?
I have made complete arrangements for my daughter to wed. She has refused to marry as I wish her to. And last night, she fled from Santia. And when we found her, she was with you.
But what you think isn't true.
You had the rendezvous there with her.
No.
How many times you have met, I do not know. But each meeting has been in complete defiance of the laws of Santia. That no white man may look upon the countenance of the prince.
I deny it. I don't know your princess.
The evidence speaks for itself. You are blind.
From the sandstorm.
No, because the gods are vengeful.
I tell you, the sand blinded me. It's only temporary.
It was written ages ago that whatever white man looks upon the countenance of Santia Princess will be doomed forever to eternal blindness.
It's not eternal. It's sand blindness. It happens to lots of men who get caught in sandstorms. All I need is a
No
doctor.
doctor can cure the blindness sent down by the gods.
Give me a chance. I may be blind permanently if you don't let a doctor look at my eyes.
King Genasi, your daughter approaches.
Come in, my daughter.
My father, have you heard?
Heard what, my child?
Tanimahasi.
Tanimahasi?
Yes. He was in the camp again last night. Leopard footprints are near your house, followed by man feet.
Tanimahasi.
It's the evil spirit again in the full of the moon.
I saw them too. Many tracks. Big.
We must tell the wise ones they will work a charm to protect us.
First, We must dispose of the prisoner.
Look here.
Silence! My daughter, come here.
Yes, Father?
This white man. Look you at his face and tell me, where have you seen him before? Well, my child?
I do not know him. I have never seen him before.
But my king, I saw them together.
Silence, Ivan! You are most wise, my daughter. You are most wise to deny your foreign lover.
But I'm not her lover. I've never seen her. I can't even see her now.
The American is blind, Diana.
Blind?
Because he has broken the law. Because he has looked upon the face of a princess of Santilla. The gods have blinded him.
It's not true. I've never seen her face. Ask her. She'll tell you it's not true.
Take him back to the prison hut. And let him wait there until the body of wise ones sit in judgment of his crime. Silence, Naomi. Silence, my two pretty ones. Tonight is a night of the moon. The night is a night we hunt.
Those drums, still pounding. My eyes burning in my head. Oh, if I could only find a little cool water. Yeah. I wonder where I am. The king told Ivan to take me to the prison hut, but instead he brought me here. Here? Where? Somewhere out in the open. Bushes, shrubbery all around it. Wait a minute. What's that? A light. Up there through the trees. A light. Why, it's a star. I can see again. One lonely, single little star in a sky of heavy clouds. And there, coming over the ridge, the full moon. What's that? Something there in those bushes. Is someone there?
Be quiet, Americano.
Who is it?
Iana.
Princess Iana?
Do not speak so loudly.
Why are you here?
I came to see you. I went first to the prison, but it was empty. Then I knew there had been trickery. Ivan did not do what my father ordered.
No. You brought me here instead. Where are we?
On the edge of Decano.
Decano? The precipice?
Yes. It is hundreds of feet over the side of Decano. Listen. This rock, I will show you. Ivan knew you were blind. He left you here alone, knowing you would eventually wander over the edge and be crushed on the jagged rocks down there. He could not wait for the sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
Yes. With each fullness of the moon, the leopards in the pit of Santilla become madly enraged. The wise men say the moon rays affect them. They must be appeased by the flesh of a human.
And the moon will soon be full again.
Yes, Donaldo.
A pleasant thought.
But Ivan could not wait. He fears all Americanos. So he brought you here to be a victim of Decano.
Oh, a nice fellow.
I despise him. And my father says I must marry him.
You don't mean you're supposed to marry him?
Do you blame me for running away?
I certainly don't.
Even death on the desert would have been better than him.
Princess, why have you come here?
Because I would not have you die, as Ivan wishes.
How did you find me?
I have ways.
Tell me, Ivan said the storm on the desert had been blowing for 3 days. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
But I was only an hour and a half journey from San Filidor. I ran into the storm suddenly.
I cannot say about that. Donaldo, your eyes. You look upon me as though you see me.
I do see you. My sight has come back.
Oh, no.
You're not glad I can see again?
No. I mean, oh, yes, But, Donaldo, to look upon my face.
Oh, nonsense. That's all a lot of tripe. Oh, what's that?
Tanimahasi.
What?
Tanimahasi, evil leopard spirit.
Oh, look here. What is this evil spirit business?
Tanimahasi, leopard. Wherever he goes, tracks always followed by those of man. They kill at the full of moon.
A leopard man?
Oh, do not say so.
Why?
Because he is a leopard man.
Have you ever seen him?
Oh, listen.
Come on. That's right over here someplace.
Oh, Donaldo, have care. It is an evil spirit, a spirit that kills.
Do you have any kind of a weapon?
Only a small dagger.
Oh, give it to me.
Oh, no weapon will harm Tanimahasi.
Oh, we'll see. Oh, wait. The clouds are... Oh, there he is. Over there.
It's Ivan. Oh, look at him.
He's been...
He will die. We must take him back to the village.
He's unconscious. Jungle.
No. Do not touch him.
Who's that?
Father.
Iana, go at once to your hut and remain there. I fear the gods even now hide their faces from you.
Oh, but, Father, Ivan is badly hurt.
Go at once. Now, Mr. Darman.
This man needs attention.
Put him down.
What?
I said put him down.
But he's badly wounded.
By the claws of an animal.
Yes. We heard the animal screaming. The princess tells me it's a leopard man.
It is true. Tanimahasi, the evil spirit. The spirit which takes possession of a man and changes him into a leopard.
Yes, but what man? Who?
We have not known up to now.
Up to now?
Look at your hands.
Blood.
Deep beneath your nails.
But
It is an evil disease, Mr. Thurman. To bring it here among us is still more evil.
But I say, look here. Do you think I did this?
I repeat. Look at your hands.
Oh, no, you're wrong. It's Ivan's blood.
So it is.
But I got it on my hands when I tried to help him.
Put him down. Mr. Thurman, do not try to escape. Ivan will be returned to the camp. Our medicine men will heal him. You will go with me. Now.
Where?
Your spirit must be destroyed. You have had the wisdom of our elders, Mr. Thurman. You are guilty of a most foul sin against us. You must pay the penalty. And you, unfortunate daughter, are equally guilty with him. I cannot plead for you. The law is so written. You have seen too, Iana. Tomorrow night, the two of you shall perish.
This stone stairway leads to the leopard pit. The two of you go first.
Come, Donaldo. Be brave.
I'm thinking of you, Iana.
This pit is 100 feet into the earth. We are halfway down now. Look up above us.
Good Lord. This pit is immense. Huge and round.
Yes.
And look up there. All the tribespeople of Santia perched around its ridge, peering down.
Yeah, to watch this sacrifice.
But how can they see down here? It's pitch dark. We can hardly make our way in the blackness.
Soon The full moon will be directly above the pit. It is only when the moon is full that its rays reach here into the depths. And its beams madden the leopards.
Iana, I see the beast now. 2 of them. There's a man down there with them, petting them. Look, your father.
No.
He's a white man.
I, too, am white. But I am not his daughter. He has been king of Santia for many years. He stole me when I was an infant at Mantela because he wanted a white princess.
Iana, the moon.
It's coming over the edge of the pit. The people up there can see us now. You see, the moon rays affect the beasts quickly.
Move on. Down to the pit's bottom.
Come, Donaldo.
Iana, there must be some escape for you.
I am not afraid, Donaldo.
Oh, isn't there any way to escape?
Only one. An impossible one.
What does he mean?
It has always been the belief that if the prisoners are not truly guilty, the leopards will not harm them.
There. The full moon is directly over the pit.
I remain here. You two through this iron gate.
Come, Donaldo. There is only one more gate now. The one that separates us from the animals. Come.
Look how that man controls those animals.
It is the power of the full moon.
Then there is another way out. If we can keep away from the animals until the moon has crossed the pit.
No, that would be ours. The leopards will be released upon us any moment. This is as far as we go.
Alenia, Minakana, Niakana, Alenia, Minakana, Niakana.
Iana, if I could only save you.
There is no way. Courage, Donaldo.
No, I'm not afraid for myself.
Now, you die. Now I offer you to the gods. Open the gate.
No. Wait, Iana. Look, the moon.
Donaldo, it is gone.
Dark. Has the moon crossed the pit?
Oh, no, it did not have time.
It's behind the cloud.
Oh, Donaldo, the leopards. My father, they'll kill him.
No, Chica. No. No. Down. Down. Get back. Get away from me. No. No. No.
Dark fantasy.
You have heard The Thing from the Darkness, tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop, originating in the studios of WKY. Ben Morris was heard tonight as Donald Thurman. Eleanor Naylor-Corrin was Princess Iana. Fred Wayne played King Tanasi. And Muir Height was Yvonne. Next Friday night at this same time, listen to the 21st tale in this series of weird and unusual dark fantasy adventures, created for you by Scott Bishop. Next week's story is called The Edge of the Shadow, which tells of a dairy farmer in Vermont, of a strange dream that is all too real, and of what this dream finally means in the scheme of his destiny. Tom Paxton speaking. Dark Fantasy comes to you from Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
dark fantasy. The edge of the shadow.
Cow's bedded down for the night.
Yeah. Oh, Hank, come over here a minute, would you?
Sure. Something wrong?
Yeah. Cow here seems to have hurt herself. It's like a barbed wire cut.
Let's have a look. Yeah, you're right. It does look like barbed wire.
There's no barbed wire where this animal's been.
Only wire like that on your property, Mr. Fuller, is over south the road.
Yeah, that's right. This animal hasn't been in the south pastures for months. She's one of the animals I'm keeping up near the barn, grooming for the stock show next month.
Yeah, I know she is.
You haven't let her get out accidentally, have you, Hank?
Me? Well, I know, Mr. Fuller.
You sure, Hank?
Yes, sir. You said you wanted all the animals you brought in off the range kept inside the wooden fences. You're the boss. I wouldn't let any of them near any barbed wire.
It's mighty funny. Can't figure out no other way she could have hurt her leg like that.
Me neither. They're pretty bad, too. Deep.
Yeah, it is. I'll never be able to show her with a leg like this.
Sure too bad, Mr. Fuller. She's a nice animal, too.
Yeah, one of the best. I was counting on her boosting my score at the show.
Say, you don't suppose McCard could have done it, do you?
McCard?
Sure. He's pretty hard hit for good show animals this year. Had to sell off quite a few to pay his mortgage and meet the taxes.
I know, but McHarg's always been a good friend of mine. He wouldn't do a thing like that.
Well, he might. If he thought it might help him at the stock show, needs that prize money pretty bad.
But McHarg's a stock raiser from way back. He couldn't hurt a prize animal if he had to.
Funny thing, what some men will do for money, Mr. Fuller.
Look, Hank, I won't have you talking like that.
Well, I was just saying that...
McHarg's a good friend of mine. I've done him several favors lately. He wouldn't repay me by injuring one of my animals.
Well, all I know is she couldn't have cut her leg like that around the corral. Looks to me like it was done purposely. Here, better clean out that cut and wrap it up.
Yeah. Fetch me that disinfectant, some of those clean rags from the chest, Hank.
Sure. Here's some right over here.
In the stall?
Yeah, here on this shelf.
What are they doing here?
I don't know.
This bottle's always kept in the chest at the end of the barn. Marsh, have you been treating this animal?
No, I didn't know she was hurt till you told me.
Some other animal, then?
No, of course not. Didn't you inspect them all tonight?
Yeah, I did. This is the only cow that's hurt. But what's this disinfectant and these clean rags doing here?
Well, I just don't know, Mr. Fuller.
I put that bottle away myself last week. I treated a horse. I haven't used it since.
I haven't used it more than a month, I guess.
Somebody did injure this animal, then tried to treat it here in its stall. He must have been frightened away before he could use the medicine.
But who'd purposely cut its leg and then try to treat it?
I don't know.
No, neither do I.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
What's this? Look here.
What? It's a short length of barbed wire.
With blood on it.
By Ned, you're right.
It was hidden under the straw. I just happened to pick it up with my foot.
Must have been in that last load of straw we brought in. She must have laid down on it and cut her leg.
Not that deep. Hank, there's been dirty work around here. Here, hold these rags. Fix up this leg.
Yeah, sure.
Now, easy now, girl. Yeah, just take it easy. Better stand back, Hank. She's liable to get a little excited when... Hank. What's the idea?
Don't move, Mr. Fuller.
That gun. Put it away, Hank.
Not on your life. Lucky for me, your foot didn't kick it up from the straw, too.
You did this.
I don't deny it. Yes, I injured the animal. I hid the barbed wire beneath the straw in this gun, too, to make it handy.
Hank.
And I put the disinfectant here in the stall, so you'd work on the cut. And I'd have you right here where I want you.
Hank, why?
Why? Why? You mean you don't know?
I certainly don't.
Because you won't give Martha what she wants.
Martha?
Your wife, Mrs. Fuller.
Won't give her what she wants.
Divorce.
Divorce?
Now, stop your pretending.
Why, she's never asked me for a divorce.
She has a dozen times.
What makes you think so?
She told me.
Told you?
I told you to stop pretending. You know she wants to marry me.
What?
Don't act so amazed.
I am amazed. I'm glad to know about this.
You've known about it for a long time.
But I assure you that I haven't.
No good acting that way, Mr. Fuller. You've had a lot of fun, haven't you? Letting me go on like this, working for you for peanuts, calling you mister, doing all your dirty work around the farm.
You've been well paid. I've never asked you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself.
Well, I'm putting an end to all of it right now.
Hank, give me that gun.
Not on your life.
You can't shoot me in cold blood. They'll get you.
Not me. They'll never know.
When they find me with a bullet in me, Hank.
They'll never find a bullet in you. They'll never bother to look for one. Don't you remember this cow? Take a good look at her. You remember last fall when McCard's shotgun accidentally went off near her? How she almost trampled him to death?
Hank, no.
One shot, fella, through your heart. By the time that animal's hoofs have done their work...
No, Marsh, no.
They'll never recognize you when they pull you out of her stall.
You can't do that.
They'll never bother to look for a bullet.
Listen to me, Hank.
They'll think your gun went off accidentally, and the animal trampled you to death.
Give me that gun, Hank.
And the farm will be Martha's and mine.
Give it to me, Hank.
Keep back.
Give it to me.
Keep back, I say.
Take this. Oh!
Help me! My eyes. You've blinded me.
Take it easy, you yellow pup. Your eyes will be all right.
Water. Water, get me some water. My eyes are stinging.
They'll be all right. Come on with me.
I can't see.
Here, this way.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take you to the well and bathe your eyes.
You're not going to kill me.
Careful. Here's the barn door.
I didn't know what I was doing, Mr. Fuller.
Easy now.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't want to kill you.
You only missed killing me by a hair's breadth.
Oh, I was out of my head. Oh, my eyes.
We'll talk about that later.
Where are we? Where are you taking me?
Over to the well.
Mr. Fuller, what in the name of heaven are you going to do to me?
I'm going to wash out your eyes. Come on now.
Yes. Water.
Easy now. No, don't rub them. Keep your hands away from your filthy face.
But I can't stand this pain.
You'll be all right in a minute.
I can't stand it. I tell you, I can't stand it.
Marsh.
Let go of me. You're taking me off to leave me someplace to die.
Stop it. Stop it.
Now you're trying to kill me.
No, I'm not trying to kill you.
You are. I know you are.
Don't be a fool.
I'm blind. Sure. Sure, this is your chance. Chance to get rid of me. Well, you're not going to do it.
Hank, for the love of heaven, listen to me.
No!
I'm only taking you to the well.
Throw me in, huh? You want to throw me in?
I want to wash out those eyes.
No. You don't care about me. All you want is a chance to do away with me.
No, you rat. I'm only trying to help you.
Let go my arm. Let go my arm.
No, you're staying with me.
I won't do it. I won't be led like an animal to the slaughter. Let go of me.
Stop it.
Let go of my arm.
We're almost to the well now.
Oh. 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 My eyes.
Water will fix them up.
I'm not going near that well.
That disinfectant will burn those eye tissues if you don't get it washed out of them.
I won't. You're going to throw me in. I won't go near that well.
Hank.
I won't. I won't go near it. I won't go near it. You hear me? No. Oh. Oh.
Now.
Oh.
Get up on your feet. Come over to the well and get your eyes washed out.
Oh.
Now keep your head.
Oh, my eyes.
Here now. You bend over this water trough. Come on, bend lower.
Mr. Fuller.
Come on now. Get plenty of this cold water into your eyes. That's like it.
Oh.
A little more. Here, use this cloth. Soak it with water.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Lucky that was just a mild disinfectant.
Oh.
Won't bother you any. I'll put that up to your eyes. That's it. Now, you open your eyes?
I don't know.
Well, try.
Yeah.
Feel better?
Uh-huh. Burning's easing up.
Yeah, let's see him. Yeah. It just inflamed a little. That'll be all right. Now go into the house and bathe him in warm water now.
You didn't have to help me.
Skip it. Come on.
Wait a minute. What's that noise?
The New York plane.
What's she so low for?
I don't know. She's too low.
What's wrong with her?
Good Lord. She's on fire.
On fire?
Yes. A mass of flames. Mother! Falling.
Stephen.
Falling.
Stephen,
Falling.
wake up.
Falling. She exploded in midair, and now she's falling.
Stephen.
Martha.
Oh, heavens, Stephen, you've been having a nightmare.
I've been asleep.
You're screaming at the top of your lungs about something falling.
The plane.
Plane?
The night plane to New York.
What about it?
She was low. Too low. She was in flames. Exploded in midair.
Oh, you were dreaming. The plane did go over just as you began to scream in your sleep.
Oh, let's see the clock. Yes. She goes over at the same time each night.
And she was extra low tonight. The motors were awfully loud. Close.
Yes.
But there was no explosion.
A dream. Yet so real.
Oh, you better go back to sleep, dear.
But that wasn't all of the dream.
Oh, you can tell me all about it in the morning,
Oh,
dear.
that wasn't all.
Stephen, where are you going?
To Hank's room.
Why?
No, where's that other slipper? Here.
Stephen, what's wrong, dear?
That's what I want to know.
Stephen?
Hank. Hank, open up. Hank. He's not in here. The bed's not slept in.
Stephen, what in the world's wrong with you?
Hank's gone.
Gone? Why, he hasn't been in his bed.
No. Did he tell you he was going anyplace?
No.
That dream. It couldn't be true.
Was it about him?
Yeah. About him. We were together in the prize stock barn, bedding down the animals. One of the prize cows had cut her leg. We couldn't understand it because she hadn't been near any of the pastures with barbed wire. I was bringing Hank up here to bathe his eyes just as the plane was flying over. She was too low, and she caught fire. There was that awful explosion.
Oh, but it was all a dream.
Come on, we'll see.
Stephen.
I'm going out to the barn. Come along if you wish. Something tells me that it was more than just a dream.
Stephen, this is so foolish. I tell you, it was just a dream.
Here. Do you hold this lantern?
Oh, but you need your sleep, dear.
Get this door. I'll take it now.
All right.
Come on. Here's the stall. You bring the flashlight?
Here.
Here, take the lantern. Confound it, what's wrong? The battery burned out? Oh, there. Martha, look.
Stephen.
There on her leg. A deep cut.
Fresh cut. It needs attention.
Martha, it's identical to the injury in my dream.
Oh, Stephen, surely.
It is, Martha.
Oh, she just cut herself yesterday and you didn't know.
Oh. I always examine the prize stock in their stalls every night. Martha, this animal was in perfect condition when we went to bed.
Oh, but Stephen...
Wait a minute.
What in the world are you doing?
I'm looking through this straw, but... By heavens, look.
A short length of barbed wire.
Bloody barbed wire.
Stephen.
Just like the dream. The very same. There should be something else. Yes, here. Look.
A gun.
Hidden here in the straw. Here where he put it.
Who?
Hank Marsh, of course. Who else?
Oh, no, Stephen.
Yes. And look. There on the top of the feed box. The bottle of disinfectant. Some clean rags.
Oh, but Stephen,
Just like the dream. Every bit of it is just like the dream.
But you couldn't have dreamed all that.
The hidden barbed wire. The cut on the cow's leg. The hidden gun, the medicine, all the same.
Stephen.
And this cow. She's the one that almost trampled McHarg to death last fall when his shotgun accidentally went off.
But surely you don't think Henry Marsh planned to kill you.
Yes, he planned it. He worked it out carefully. Very carefully. But now his plan's no good because of that dream.
No, Stephen, he couldn't have.
Yes. And in my dream, I saw how it was all going to work out. I was shown how I could save myself by throwing the disinfectant into his eyes.
I tell you, there's some other explanation.
Then that plane. It did fly over low tonight, you said?
Yes.
Then it must have caught on fire. It must have exploded.
But it couldn't have. I didn't hear a thing except the motors.
You heard me screaming about it in my dream.
Yes, but you...
Well, you must have been so intent upon what I was saying that you didn't hear the noise of the explosion.
Oh, no, that's impossible.
It was over south of the road. Here, give me that lantern.
Stephen, you...
You go back to the house. I'm going to look for that wreckage.
Stephen?
Not a sign of anything out there in the field.
I called the airport. They checked the plane. It passed over Sheldon some time ago. That's miles from here toward New York.
Safe?
Yes.
There couldn't be a mistake?
No. The plane that passed over here while you were dreaming is almost in New York now.
I can't understand it. All the rest of the dream was true. All but the part about the plane.
No, just a dream.
The other things. The injury to the cow, the wire, the gun.
Didn't you say you lost your gun several months ago?
Yes, I did.
You must have dropped it in the straw when you stored it in the barn. It and the wire were thrown into the cow's stall purely by accident.
But the injury.
Stephen, both of us know how easily and mysteriously cows can injure their legs.
And the disinfectant.
Oh, you simply left it in there in the stall and forgot about it.
No, I couldn't have.
Well, are you going to open it, Stephen?
It's unlocked. Come in. Hank.
Golly, I'm glad you're up, Mr. Fuller.
Henry, it's late. You haven't been in your bed tonight.
I forgot to tell you I was going to town. Mr. Fuller, that cow in stall 13, she's cut her leg.
Henry,
Well, I just happened to look at it. Looked in, found the barn door open, and... Why? What's the matter, Mr. Fuller? Say, why do you look at me like that?
Stephen.
You want me to come out to the barn, Hank?
Why, yes. That cow's leg's pretty bad.
A barbed wire cut?
You know about it?
And isn't the wire lying beneath the straw of the stall right now?
Mr. Fuller,
And isn't this the gun you hid under the straw?
How'd you find that?
Oh, Stephen.
So, it is true. You planned to kill me.
No.
Planned for the animal to trample me and mutilate me.
No!
Planned to marry Martha and get my farm.
Oh, no, Stephen, no, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. You planned it together. Only my dreams spoiled your plans. Well, now you can be together.
Stephen, no.
Put that gun down!
Well, I'm going to send you. You can burn together.
No, Stephen, no.
For New York, now leaving at gate 2. All passengers for New York, flight 7, all aboard at gate 2, all aboard at gate 2.
All clear. All right, shut the door.
Confound it. 5 minutes late taking off. Why don't they get this thing into the air? I've been hiding all day, waiting for darkness. Waiting here to take this plane to New York. New York. They won't find me there. No. They're not going to find me there. I've been waiting. Good. Taking off. Yeah. I'll be in New York soon.
You can unfasten your safety belt now, Mr. Fuller.
Huh? You know me?
Yes. We always have a list of all the passengers. Let's see, you're going to New York.
New York? Yes. Taking a little weekend trip. Just up and left the farm for a weekend. Decided I needed a vacation.
Vacations are good for a person.
Yeah. I decided I needed a little rest. So here I am. Funny thing, I dreamed about this plane last night. Yeah? She always passes over my farm about midnight. Dreamed last night that she was flying exceptionally low. Funny, too, because she generally gains quite a bit of altitude by the time she gets over my place. It was a queer dream. Thought I was standing out back of my house, and she went over just a little before the barn tops, and then she caught on fire and exploded. Exploded right there in midair, right over my farm. I guess we all have funny dreams sometimes. This one was sure real. Look, there's my farm down there now. See? Had a red light put on my windmill so it could be seen at night. And look how close it seemed. How close? Too close. We're flying too low. I said we're flying too low. Look, just above the barn tops, just like the dream. Just like the dream. No, it can't be that. Look out the window. Flames. What if the motor's on fire? What if the motor's on fire? We're flying too low! Dark fantasy.
You have heard The Edge of the Shadow, tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop, originating in the studios of WKY. Ben Morris was heard as Stephen Fuller, Eleanor Corrin was Martha Fuller, Muir Height played Hank Marsh, and Georgiana Cook was the stewardess. Next Friday at this time, listen to the 22nd in this series of dark fantasy adventures created for you by Scott Bishop, a weird and pulse-pounding tale of terror. Carrari, which relates how an angered witch doctor of the Ecuador jungle brews a bitter, deadly poison to use against a strange and heartless enemy.
This program came to you from Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
No, confound it. Here's the... All right. Oh, anybody here?
Richard, that high-back chair. There's someone sitting in...
All you can see is his hand and wrist resting on the arm of the chair, with a burning cigarette between the fingers.
He must be asleep. Why don't you wait till...
Wait a minute.
Richard.
The cigarette. It's burned down to the man's fingers.
Oh.
whoever that is over there, he's dead.
Did you ring, sir?
Oh, I say. Oh. Are you the innkeeper?
I'm sorry I was so long, sir. Was short-handed these days. I was outside. Couldn't come any sooner.
There's a dead man over there.
What was that?
A dead man. Sitting right over there in that chair. What? Well, he's gone.
But Richard...
Did you say a dead man, sir?
Yes. He was sitting there in that chair.
He was there. My wife and I both saw him.
Must have been the shadows from the fire, sir.
I say, come here, will you?
Are you looking for lodging?
What is it, dear?
Come over here.
All right.
There was someone here.
Certainly there was. We both saw him.
Look. There on the floor by the arm of that chair.
Oh, a burning cigarette.
Yes. The one we saw burning in the dead man's hand.
Yes.
I say, innkeeper, come over here. Oh. I didn't see you follow us.
Look. We saw the man from over at the desk. All we could see was his arm and hand, with a cigarette between his fingers.
That's the cigarette down there. Still burning.
And it was burning the man's fingers.
I'm sure you're both mistaken, sir. There's been no one here in the lobby. It was merely the shadows from the fireplace.
Then how do you account for that burning cigarette there on the floor?
One of the guests probably dropped it, sir, by accident before retiring.
But I tell you, there was someone sitting in this chair.
Then, since he's not here now, it may have been the aunt.
The haunt?
Yes, miss. Folks call him the ghost of the Pig and Hammer.
Oh, come now. Don't start any nonsense about ghosts.
His name was Trafalgar. First or last, I don't know which. No one remembers. He built this old wayside inn more than 200 years ago. Married his girl, he did, just after it was finished. And the night he moved in, he was murdered in cold blood by one of the girl's rejected swines. Killed Trafalgar for revenge, he did. Right here in this room. While his honor was smoking his last smoke before retiring.
Oh, then it was the ghost.
Could have been, miss. Could have been. Folks claim they see him every now and then, though I can't say I has.
I say, look.
Yes, Governor?
There, on the back of that chair. Isn't that a spot of blood?
Well, no, I don't rightly know, sir, but... Well, yes. I believe you're right, Governor.
Oh.
The man was stabbed in the back, he was. Through the heart. Seems that spot there would be just about where he would leave blood behind, was he to sit in this chair here.
Oh, Richard, let's go.
Oh, so you've seen him, too. Well, that makes 3 times this month. Seems like he's making quite a habit of visiting us lately.
Oh, shall we go, dear?
Yes, Emily. Right away.
Will you two be wanting a room for the night?
Oh,
sir?
no.
No, we're looking for a place called Maryvale.
Maryvale, you say?
Yes, we thought we had the right directions from Effinshire, but we ended up here.
We seem to have lost the way.
Oh, no, Governor. You just haven't gone far enough. Maryvale lies about 20 kilometers to the west.
How far is that in miles?
About 12, 13.
Then let's go on, Richard. We can make it in 20 minutes.
The road is not so good, miss. Take probably 45 instead of 20. Besides, Maryvale hasn't been occupied for nigh on to 6 years.
You say it hasn't?
Oh, no, sir.
But we understood it had been occupied by a Miss Priscilla Longacre.
Yes. Miss Longacre died about 4 months ago and left Maryvale estate to me. When I managed to clean up my affairs in Madrid, we came up to retire and live on the estate. I was with a British concern in Spain. But now I've resigned and come up here. Till I got that message, I didn't even know I had an aunt living in England.
You say her name was Priscilla Longacre?
That's right. She died late in December. A day or so after Christmas.
Priscilla Longacre has been dead for 5 years.
No.
What? Indeed she has, Governor. At least folks say that. 5 years ago, she telephoned here to the inn, she did, and asked for Dr. Riley. He answered the call and found her dead. So he come back to make a report. But when the authorities got to the place, the body was gone. Some say it was stole. Some say the old lady become a zombie.
Oh.
Anyways, she was never seen again. And Maryvale was closed up because nobody knowed it was kin to the old lady.
But that's impossible. Why, I was notified early in January of her death.
Who notified you, Governor?
Why, the man you just spoke of, Dr. Hiley.
You couldn't have been notified by him, Governor.
Why not?
Because he died 2 days before Priscilla Longacre.
But I have his letter.
Oh, have you now, sir?
Well, yes, of course. Outside in my car. He said he would meet me at Maryvale tonight.
Then maybe you're going to see another ghost before the night is finished. Eh, Governor?
Richard, please, let's go.
Yes, dear, right away. Now, look here, innkeeper. Is what you've been telling us the truth?
Of course it's the truth, Governor. Why would I be telling you things what ain't true, huh?
Then there hasn't been anyone living in Maryvale for 5 years. And Dr. Hiley has been dead that long, too.
That's the gospel truth, Governor. You'll see so for yourself when you get there.
Well, that's where we're going. You say it's about 12 miles.
About that, Governor. You'll come to a fork just around the turn, up a ways. Take the left one. The other goes to London.
Right. Come along, Emily.
Yes, dear.
If you need anything, my name is Jason. You can telephone here if you like. Just ask for the pig on the hammer.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you very much.
I say, this wind's strong. Come up in the last few minutes.
Richard.
Yes, dear?
Did you notice that man's hand? The right one?
No, dear, I didn't. Why?
There were deep, angry burns on top of his forefinger and the middle one. Like burns a cigarette would make.
Place seems deserted.
Thank heaven that wind stopped.
Oh, Maryvale is in a small valley. Doesn't blow much here.
Look at the windows on the house. All boarded up. And so is the door.
Looks weird in the moonlight, doesn't it?
Richard, is there a hammer in the car?
No, I don't think so. Why?
Well, you'll need one if we're going to get inside the place.
That's right. Those boards seem tightly nailed.
There might be something in that shed.
Where?
Behind us.
Oh, yeah, sure. Come on. Let's have a look.
Look. It's not nailed up. What? The door's hanging open.
Mm-hmm.
Richard.
Yes, dear?
We're not alone out here.
What?
I feel it. Someone's watching us.
Maybe it's the cigarette-smoking ghost of the inn.
Darling, I'm serious. I feel someone watching us.
You know, if I were the uneasy type, you'd scare me half to death.
I mean it. I'm frightened.
Oh, come now, darling.
I think we'd better go back to that town where we stopped for dinner.
Nothing doing. I wouldn't brave that road again for anything. Come on, here's the shed. Still got the matches I gave you?
Yes, but let's don't go inside, please.
Why not?
I just don't want to.
But we've got to find something to break away those boards from the door up at the house. Well, come on. I've got the candle. I wish I had a flashlight.
Richard, don't.
It's all right, dear. How about a match?
Oh, Richard.
Come on. Give me a match.
Oh, all right. Here.
Good. There should be an old length of pipe or something in here we can use. There we are. There. Candle's lit. Will you hold it, dear, while I look around?
Richard. What's that? Over there in the corner. Those black boxes.
Boxes? Oh.
Richard. They're coffins.
Coffins? Oh, nonsense.
They are. They're painted solid black. Look. 3 little silver handles.
You may be right. 3 handles on this side, too.
They are coffins, Richard.
Yes. Yes, they are. And new ones.
What in the world are they doing out here?
Let me have the candle.
Look. Aren't those silver inscription plates on the lids?
That's what I want to look at. Here now. There.
Oh, Richard, I'm frightened.
Good Lord. Why, this plate says Richard Longacre.
Oh.
And the other one? Emily Longacre. Died May 15th, 1942. Well, that's today.
Richard!
The light. Emily, what happened?
Oh, the wind blew out the candle. Richard? Richard, is that you?
What?
Is that you moving about in here?
No, I'm not moving. I thought it was you. Here, where are you?
Richard! Oh, let go! Let go! Get your hands off me right now!
Emily, where are you? She's not here. She's gone. Candle. Must be on the floor here someplace. Has to be here someplace. Must have light.
I say. Longacre.
Who's that?
Is that Richard Longacre?
Yes.
Thank heaven.
Who are you?
Quiet. Don't let him hear you talking.
Who are you?
Can you get a light going?
Yes. I found the candle. See if I got a match. Yes, here. What? No one here. No one in the shed but myself. Door's closed now. Good Lord. The lid. The lid on that coffin. Moving. Something inside pushing it up. Slowly pushing the lid up. Pushing it up.
Quiet. Fool. Take this confounded lid, will you? Well, don't stand there looking like a stupid country bumpkin. Take this lid so I can get out of this cursed casket.
Who are you? How did you get in there?
Will you take this lid, you fool?
Sure. All right. There.
Now, help me out.
Sure.
Give me your hand.
Here.
There.
How long were you in that thing?
Oh, heaven only knows. Hours before you and your wife came into the shed.
My wife? Where is she?
I have a pretty good idea.
Where is she?
I rather imagine he's got her.
He? Who?
Stuffy in that box.
Who? Where's my wife?
Quiet, you fool. If he comes back and finds me here...
Who are you? Tell me what you know.
My name is Warren Hiley.
Hiley?
Yes. Dr. Hiley. The one who sent you the notice of your aunt's death.
But he said you were dead.
He?
The innkeeper.
Oh. Jason.
Yeah. That was his name. Jason.
I rather imagine he would tell you I'm dead. You see, he thinks he killed me.
What?
Yes. 5 years ago. He lured me out here to attend to the occupant of Merivale, Priscilla Longacre.
My aunt?
Yes. I found the woman dying. Someone had attempted to murder her. Someone did. I couldn't save her life.
The innkeeper?
Exactly. He attacked me. Left me for dead. But I recovered. And I hid the body of the dead woman and found a place to hide myself.
But why?
Why what?
Why did you hide out? Why didn't you return and accuse the innkeeper of murder?
I had no proof. Besides, I was always devoted to Miss Longacre. I wanted to find that motive behind the crime. I did not know it would take 5 years to do so.
What was the motive?
It's not a novel one. Jason wants to buy Merivale. Because somewhere on this property, I've buried more than 3 tons of silver.
Silver?
Yes. It was brought to England from France during the Revolution. Its owners were captured and executed, and the silver finally became a legend. But now, I have discovered it.
Here? On this property?
Indeed, yes. Would you like to see it?
Now, look here. I'm not interested in silver until I find my wife. Where is she?
I think I can take you to her.
Well, then suppose you get about doing it.
We must be most careful. Here, hold the light over here.
Oh, sure.
Here, help move this straw aside. Hey, careful of the flame. There.
That trap door.
Yes. Quiet now. Very quiet.
All right.
I'm going to open it.
All right.
Careful now. Give me the light. You go first.
All right.
I'll follow. Be careful. Careful at the bottom. There's a quicklime pit just a few feet from the bottom of the ladder. There. Here. This way, this way. Lime pit's over there.
What's that? Emily. It's my wife. Emily. Emily.
Oh, Richard.
Oh, darling. Are you all right?
Yes, I guess so. What happened?
I don't know. The light went out and you disappeared.
Who's that?
Oh, Dr. Hiley, dear. The one who sent us the notice of Aunt Priscilla's death. Doctor, my wife.
Pleasure, Mrs. Longacre.
Where are we?
This is a chamber beneath the old shed. I discovered it the day Priscilla was murdered 5 years ago. I brought her here. Can you get up, Mrs. Longacre?
Yes, I think so.
Here, dear, I'll help you.
I must have fallen down here.
Will you come this way, please?
Can you walk, darling?
Yes, I'm all right.
Over here, if you please.
All right. Come, dear.
Here. Under the heavy glass. Look.
Oh. The body of an old woman.
She was Priscilla Longacre. I've kept her here all these years until I could get the entire Longacre clan together. Now you are together. I waited for this day. 5 years I've waited.
Richard.
Look here, Dr. Hiley.
Jason.
Yes, Doctor.
Jason.
The innkeeper.
Watch them closely. Jason.
I'll watch them, Doctor.
Richard.
You, Dr. Hiley. You told me Jason wants to buy Maryvale. It's you who wants to buy it.
You'll never repeat that to anyone, Mr. Longacre.
Lies. And everything you told me, nothing but lies. You killed my aunt.
It took me 5 years to locate her only living relative, you, Richard Longacre. And now that you are here, Maryvale will soon be mine.
Oh, but you can't murder us.
And no one will ever find either of you in the lime pit.
Oh, no. No.
Your coffins are prepared up above there. Tomorrow there will be a funeral, but your bodies will not be in the caskets.
Oh, Richard.
Do I get my pie now, Doctor?
Oh, yes, Jason. Of course. Here.
Oh.
You've killed him.
No such luck. Merely rendered him unconscious. But he'll never regain consciousness.
What are you going to do with him?
The lime pit will take short work of him.
Oh, no, no.
Get back. You'll join him soon enough.
Oh, don't do that.
No, wait. Stop.
I intended for you to fall into that pit, and I threw you down here through the trap door up there.
It was you up there. Crawling into that coffin and pretending to hide was all a lot of sham to lure me down here. Now, look here. I demand that you release us.
You're in no position to demand anything. Your aunt is next, and you'll follow her. And I warn you, this gun I have is loaded.
What are you going to do?
The old lady goes into the pit next.
Oh, Richard.
Let her alone.
No, not in her life. I kept her hidden down here for 5 years. Tonight, when I heard you were coming here, I finished.
Put that body down.
Stand back. I'll shoot if you come nearer.
Richard, don't.
You've done enough, Hailey.
Stand back.
Put her down.
No, she's going into the pit.
Put her down, I say.
Richard, come back.
You devil.
Richard, that woman.
You thought you killed me, didn't you, Doctor?
No. Take your hands off
Thought
me.
you'd killed me after keeping me here all these years.
No.
Well, you didn't kill me, Doctor.
You stop.
You
Let me go.
didn't
Let me go.
kill me.
Oh, help! The pit!
You
The pit!
didn't.
Help me! Help me! Let me go!
Dark fantasy.
You have heard Funeral Arrangements Completed. Tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop. Alf Daniels was heard as Richard Longacre. Eleanor Naylor Corrin was Emily. Fred Wayne played Dr. Hiley. Georgiana Cook was the old woman. And Muir Height was Jason. Next Friday at this time, one of the most unusual of all dark fantasy adventures. Created for you by Scott Bishop. Reaching. For pictures of the production Dead Hands Reaching and of the dramatic staffs of Dark Fantasy, as well as for vivid and exciting picturizations of next Friday's story, Dead Hands Reaching, we call your attention to the 2-page story appearing in the magazine Movie Radio Guide, dated tomorrow, May 16th. And now this is Tom Paxton reminding you to buy United States war bonds and stamps. Dark Fantasy comes to you each Friday night from Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Dark fantasy. Dead hands reaching.
Alan Blaine.
Huh? Oh, I thought I heard someone.
Listen to me, Alan.
Someone did speak.
I spoke to you, Alan.
Who's that?
Don't be alarmed.
There's no one here. No one in this office but myself.
I am here.
Am I losing my mind? No, there's no one.
Listen to me, Alan.
I hear you, but where are you?
I am here, but you can't see me.
Who are you?
Listen to me, Alan.
Yes?
How much money are you making?
Not much.
How much?
$25 a week.
You're worth more.
I know I am.
Then why haven't you done something about it?
Well, there are hundreds of men who could do my work. I can't afford to lose my job.
You won't lose your job, but you will get a better one.
What do you mean?
Go talk to your employer today, Alan. Today, you hear?
Yes.
There's a position open.
Assistant manager?
Exactly.
That's too big a position for me.
You're capable of handling it. Go in. Ask for it.
Ask for job of assistant manager?
Yes. You'll never get it unless you ask for it.
Look here, who are you? Where are you?
You cannot see me, Alan, because I am not of your world.
Are you some devil? Some evil spirit?
I assure you, I am not.
And why don't you show yourself to me?
I am not permitted to do that. Be thankful that I am able to advise you.
Why do you advise me?
Because there is much I can do for you.
I don't understand. Your voice. Out of nowhere.
That must not worry you, Alan. Do as I say. Go now. Ask for assistant managership. Go, Alan. Ask for it now.
Wait.
Don't wait, Alan.
Wait, I want to talk to you some more.
Don't wait until it's too late. I warn you.
Come back. Come back.
Look here. What's all the commotion about?
Sit down, Mrs. Evans.
What?
I said sit down, ma'am. Here, I have something to talk to you about.
I want to know what the shouting out here was about.
Oh, never mind that, Mrs. Evans. I have something much more important to discuss with you.
And just what's that, Mr. Blaine?
It's about the assistant managership.
Well?
Well, you see, I was just thinking.
Go on.
No, I was just thinking that perhaps...
Go ahead. Go ahead, Alan. Tell her you want the job.
Did you hear something, Mrs. Evans?
I'm waiting to hear who you have in mind for the job that's open.
I'll take that job, Mrs. Evans.
What? What did you say?
I said I'll take that job.
Why, I hadn't thought of that. You might handle the job all right. Yes. Yes, you might. Come on in the office, Blaine. Let's talk this thing over.
Assistant manager's office. Oh, Judith, darling. How are you? Hey, you coming down to see my new office? Oh, I thought you said you'd try to make it today. Well, I've had my new job for 2 weeks now, and All right, dear. Yes. Goodbye. I can't understand Judith lately. Seems like she's avoiding me.
Don't trust her, Alan.
You again.
Don't trust her, Alan. Don't trust her.
What?
Don't trust her. Don't trust her, Alan. I warn you, she is not to be trusted.
Oh, it's you, Alan.
Hello, darling. May I come in?
Yes, I suppose so.
My, you're beautiful tonight.
Am I?
Oh, that dress looks wonderful on you. I'm glad you're all dressed up. Honey, we're going to celebrate.
Alan.
I've just been promoted, darling. Now I'm making enough for us to live on. Come on, let's paint the town. And when we find just the right spot, I'm going to ask you to marry me again. Aren't you going to say something, Judith?
I have an engagement tonight, Alan.
Oh, but you can call it off.
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Think what's happened to us. Now I'm making the money you always wanted me to make.
You'll have to go now, Alan.
What?
I've just a few minutes to finish with my makeup. You'll have to go now.
But, Judith...
Please, Alan.
Now, wait a minute.
Alan, really? I've asked you to go. I haven't much time.
Oh. So you haven't much time. Well, let me tell you something, Judith West.
No, Alan.
Yes, Alan? Let you tell me what?
Don't say it, Alan. Don't.
Well, Alan?
Don't say it, Alan. I warn you. There'll be a quarrel. You'll kill her this time if you quarrel.
I'm waiting, Alan.
Never mind. Just forget it. Good evening, my dear.
Alan, perhaps I should have told you last night. I didn't, so I'm writing to you now. You have made quite a fool of yourself over me for some time now. I've only permitted you to believe I loved you because I've always felt sorry for you. Now you're successful, and so I write you the truth. I'm being married tomorrow to a man from South America. I've never loved you. I know that I never can. And so I'm writing to tell you.
Miss Adams, will you please call me at 11:30? I have a 12 o'clock luncheon date. Letter from Judith. It's probably an apology for last night. I wonder what she said. Alan, perhaps I should have told you. Writing to you now. Quite a fool of yourself. Always felt sorry for you. Being married tomorrow, I have never loved you. Never loved me. Oh, she can't mean that. Yet she wrote it. Yes, she wrote it. Oh, so she's been playing ball with me all these years. Felt sorry for me, did she? Sorry. Well, I'll make her sorry. I'll show her. I'll kill her.
No, Alan.
Yes, I'll kill her.
Don't go to her, Alan.
I'll show her. I'll show her she can't toss me off like an old glove.
Put that gun back, Alan.
No.
Put it back in the drawer, I say.
No, no.
I warn you, you'll be sorry if you don't put the gun away and calm yourself.
I won't, and you can't stop me.
No, I can't stop you.
Nothing can stop me. Nobody. Not now. Oh, so she feels sorry for me. Well, I wonder if she'll feel sorry for herself with a bullet in her cheating heart.
All right, darling. I'll meet you at 8. Yes, I've written a note to Alan. I've broken things off completely. All right, dearie. Goodbye. Yes? Who's there? Who's there? Who is it? Alan. What do you want? Alan. Oh, no, Alan!
Alan. Alan, listen to me. Go sober yourself up, Alan.
Oh, go away.
You've lost your job. Spent all your money. This is no way out.
Leave me alone.
I want to help you.
Help me. Why didn't you leave me alone to begin with?
I warned you not to go to her apartment. You're a murderer now, Alan. You're wanted by the police.
Oh, go away. Go away.
You should have listened to me. I was trying to guide you.
Leave me alone. Oh, leave me alone.
I know what you're thinking. You're tired. The spirits aren't enough for you now. You want something else.
Yes.
Don't do it, Alan. Stay away from it.
No. I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm not listening. Do you hear me? Go away. I'm not listening to a thing you say.
Please to come in.
A friend of mine sent me. Jake Mullins.
Oh, Honorable Mr. Mullins. So, young C4, glad to help any friend. Honorable Mr. Mullins.
He said I could forget my troubles here.
Trouble? You have trouble, please?
Plenty.
You want maybe sleep?
Anything. Anything to stop this awful burning in my mind.
You smoke, maybe? Me fix pill. You sleep.
Yes, sleep.
You lie here, please. Stretch out. Make comfortable.
Yes.
Here. You smoke this. Take pipe. You sleep.
Yes.
So, you feel better by and by. No. Please to lie down. You smoke. Pretty soon, sleep.
Don't, Alan. I beg you. Don't smoke that.
Go away.
Please, not too sharp.
Tell him to go away.
There is no one.
Don't do it, Alan.
You hear him?
I hear no one. Now, please, to be quiet. Just smoke. Plenty soon, sleep.
It's too late now, Alan. I tried to warn you, but it's too late now.
Where am I? So strange. Quiet. Peaceful. What's this? Book. Old. Rotting. Why, a diary. Aaron Blaine. Aaron Blaine. That was my great-grandfather's name. This was his diary. Where am I? Seems like a cave. Yes. It is a cave. My clothes. So neat and so clean. Yesterday, yes, even today, I was almost ragged. I remember, too, I was tired. Worn. Now I feel refreshed. How did I get here in this cave? That light. From a fire. I can read the book by the fire. Yes. We are now in the midst of a dreadful civil war. I fear everything I own is lost. I have only managed to save my gold. Gold. I figure its value at more than $80,000. I have buried it today beneath the horse stall at the east end of the barn. It will never be found there. Gold. Buried beneath the horse stall in the barn. But what barn? It's daylight. Perhaps if I get out of this cave. Yes. There's the opening. Yes, it is daylight. And there's the farm over there. It's an old farm. Maybe if I go over there, I'll find what I want. You say this farm did belong to old Aaron Blaine.
That's right, boss man. About the time of the Civil War was, I reckon my pappy done worked for him.
Who owns the place now?
I reckon Uncle Sam do now, boss man. I pays the taxes when I can, and they lets me live here. Got myself a horse out there in the barn, yeah. Good old racing horse he is, and that barn about to fall down.
Yeah, I see it is.
Yeah, well, over this way, boss
All
man.
right. Are you sure this barn's been standing since the Civil War?
Sure has, boss man. I has to prop it up here and there once in a while. Want to go to pieces any day now. Ah, there's old Thunderbolt. Oh, that old Thunderbolt. You was asking about a spade here, mister? Well, there's one right over here.
Yeah. I'll set the lantern down right there. Keep that animal back. I'm going to start digging.
Digging, boss man?
Yes. And if I find what I'm looking for, you and I are going to be rich. There it is.
Lord have mercy, boss man. Something buried there?
Yeah, a metal box. Come on, help me get it out of there.
Okay, boss man.
Did you get a hold of that corner?
Yeah, I think so. The pull's hard enough. Right. There.
Good work.
Heavy.
Yeah, got a lock on it. You'll fix that. Golly, it's heavy. Ah, there we are.
Lord have mercy, boss man. Look at that gold.
Yeah, gold. $80,000 worth of gold. What's that?
Must be the Pearson boys.
Who?
Pearson boys, boss man.
Who are they?
They've been trying to get this farm, only ain't got enough money to pay the back taxes. Folks around here always said they knowed there was gold buried here someplace. They must have seen you, and now they's trying to scare y'all.
It's a good thing it's night. I was going to come down here this afternoon, but I decided to stay in the cave till dark.
Cave, you say, boss man?
Yeah, over toward the hills.
We better get ourselves over there, boss, if we's going to keep this here gold. Them Pearson boys been looking for it for 10 years. If they catch us with it, they's going to take it away from us. Boss, I reckon I can't stay here much longer.
We've got to stay here.
I was hungry.
And so am I. We can't leave this cave until those murdering thieves out there go away.
Boss, we done been here 2 nights and a day.
They've gone now, Alan.
You again?
Who, boss, me?
It's safe now, Alan.
Boss man, what you looking so funny about? You look like you done heard a spook or something talking.
You can go out now, Alan. They've gone away.
Come along, Sam.
Are we going to leave here, boss man?
Yeah. Help me carry this box.
How come you to change your mind?
I didn't. It was changed for me. Come along. Careful there.
Sure will be good to wrap this old boy around a good, thick old steak or maybe a fat old chicken.
Easy now. Careful. Let's scout around behind this tall grass.
All right, boss man. Now, you all watch your step out here. There's lots of snakes over here.
Snakes?
Yes, sir. Big ones, too, boss man, and poison.
Now, come on. Over this way. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Look. Over there.
Lordy, boss man, that's an old grave.
Yeah, come on. Good Lord. Look.
Boss man, looky over there.
A bony, fleshless hand. Reaching up out of the grave.
Boss man, how come that a hand over there?
Whoever that was, they buried him alive.
Come on, boss man. I don't feel none too comfortable around here.
Now, wait a minute. Something scratched into this tombstone. I can't quite make out what it says. Yeah, that's better.
What does it say, boss? I can't read.
It says, Aaron Blaine.
Aaron Blaine.
Died August 16th, 1861.
August 16, 1861.
My great-grandfather buried alive.
Lord of mercy, your grandpappy?
I didn't die then. I was only unconscious from exhaustion. They thought I was dead, so they brought me here.
Where are you?
I brought you here to show you this.
How did I get here?
The opium removed the spirit from your body. I brought it here.
No, take me back.
You can never return.
Yes, take me back. Yeah, I have the gold now. I'll be rich.
No.
Yes, take me back. Take me back, I say.
Bossman, look at that there snake.
No.
Run, Bossman. He done bit you, I tell you.
Poison. Been poisoned by that snake. I can't. Help me. Help me. I can't get back.
No, Alan. I warned you. Now, you'll never get back.
You have heard Dead Hands Reaching, tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop, originating in the studios of WKY. The picturization story of Dead Hands Reaching appears in the May 16th issue of Movie Radio Guide. Ben Morris was heard as Alan Blaine. Eleanor Naylor Corrin played Judith West. Muir Height was Young Si Fu. Georgiana Cook played Mrs. Evans, and Darrell McAllister was Aaron Blaine, the voice from beyond. Next Friday, listen to Dark Fantasy 35 minutes earlier at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Wartime, 10:30 Central Wartime. Listen for Rendezvous with Satan, another unusual adventure by Scott Bishop. Tom Paxton speaking. Dark Fantasy comes to you each Friday night from Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Rendezvous with Satan.
Good people, let us remember him who was past, not for what he was, not for what he did, but because he was, as all of us are, a temple of God. Let us remember that this which is about to return to common clay was molded from common clay. Today we gather here to pay our last tribute to this now still flesh, lying here before us clothed in the coldness of death. Let us always remember, and let us always remember.
Did you see him? He moved his hand. What are you saying? What are you saying? He moved his hand up toward his head.
Madam, please.
Oh, no. No, surely you're mistaken. No, I distinctly saw his hand move. He couldn't have. Carl. Oh, my darling.
What's happened to me?
Just lie still, Carl Fisher. This craft is most fragile.
Where am I?
Where would you be after death?
Death? You say death?
Yes.
Am I dead?
They have your body in a church, Carl. Imagine. You in a church.
No. No, you're mistaken. This is no church. I'm right here.
Apparently you are, yes. But we are most careful when we bring you here. We take every precaution to relieve the shock.
Shock?
Of finding yourself in the midst of fire and brimstone.
Hot. It's so hot.
You get used to it.
Where am I?
Your soul is here with me. Your body is back on Earth. At present, resting within a satin-lined coffin.
Coffin?
Yes. They're soon going to place you within a tomb.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Don't you? Personally, makes no difference to me whether you do or not. But for your own satisfaction, suppose you feel for yourself.
What?
Yes. Reach up with your right hand. Reach up. Feel the casket lining by your head. Go right ahead. There. You see?
Yes. But I'm lying in the bottom of a boat.
Only your soul is.
This is some trick. The boat is satin-lined.
I'll admit, Carl Fisher, I am generally most concerned about my own comfort. But as far as lining one of my boats with satin, no. I fear that would be too much, even for Satan.
Satan?
Yes. Here, let me prove to you the boat is not cloth-lined. There. You see?
You devil.
That's irony.
You are a devil.
Yes, I am. But not just a devil. The devil.
You mean I'm really dead?
One never dies, Carl. The common clay perishes, yes, but only the common clay.
Let me out of here.
I'm sorry. You see, you can't move until I permit you to.
But I moved my hand a moment ago. Felt the lining near my head.
That's because I wished you to. Nothing is done here unless I order it done.
Then I am dead.
Only your body. It might interest you to know you caused quite a commotion up there a moment ago when you interrupted your funeral oration by suddenly moving in your casket. Yes, quite a commotion. Only 2 people saw you. One of them was a woman. You frightened her, Carl. But they've taken her away now.
You mean my body actually is being preached over?
Oh, yes. Indeed, yes. You were a prominent man on Earth, Carl. Naturally, yours is a most elegant funeral. So many flowers, half of them could be brought into the church. People standing outside, on the sidewalk even.
Is Laura there?
Your wife? Oh, certainly. Where else would she be?
A church, you say?
Yes. Amazes you, doesn't it? You haven't been in a church for 35 years.
No.
You wouldn't even permit your daughter to be buried from a church, Carl. But she went to heaven. Anyway.
Stop it. Stop it.
Do you remember Reverend Brooks, Carl?
Reverend Brooks?
Yes. He married you. Remember? Today, he's officiating at your funeral.
No. No.
Would you like to hear what he's saying, Carl? Listen.
If Carl Fisher has brought tragedy into our lives, let us remember that out of tragedy, good can arise. Soon that tragedy will be forgotten.
But let us never forget Carl Fisher. Let us remember him always as a Christian.
You hear, Carl? A Christian, he says.
Stop that voice.
Listen, Carl.
Let us pray for him often and ask Almighty God to grant him pardon. Let us be generous towards him, that finally the Supreme Ruler may in turn be generous towards us.
No, stop him. Stop him. I don't want to hear anymore.
Did you hear what he said, Carl? He asked your friends, your family, your wife, to forget your evil, to remember only what was good about you. Yes, Carl, but that leaves them nothing to remember.
Oh, let me alone.
No, Carl. They've nothing to remember. Because there was nothing about you that was good.
I didn't have a chance.
Chance? You say you didn't have a chance?
Certainly not.
Well, I don't want to waste my breath by pointing out the chances you did have.
I was forced into everything that happened. Forced, I say.
Were you?
Certainly I was.
Haven't you ever heard of free will?
Free will? Free will, you say? I haven't had a will of my own in the last 30 years.
Haven't you, Carl?
No. You know I haven't. I knew I was doing wrong. Sure, I knew it. I'd never have made my millions by being any other way.
Your millions. Did you enjoy them, Carl?
I was just beginning to
when I took charge of you. Is that it?
Yes.
Your millions aren't worth much here.
But where am I?
Certainly you haven't lost your imagination. Where would you be? With fire on all sides and the smell of brimstone. And with me as your pilot on the river Styx.
Styx?
You remember. It's our largest river.
Where are you taking me?
I have a special assignment for you, Mr. Fisher. We have a certain reserved space for members like you down here.
Inferno. Tell me. Am I in Hades?
Does that surprise you?
No. No, I can't be. I didn't want to die. I wanted to do what was right, but I couldn't.
You didn't try.
I was going to try.
You've done nothing but evil for 30 years. You couldn't change now.
I could, I tell you, I could.
No, Carl.
I'll make a bargain with you, Satan.
Bargain? No one makes bargains with Satan.
Give me a chance. Let me go back. Let me live my life over. I'll change. I swear I will.
You'd never change.
I will. Let me go back. Let me show you. Let me prove I can do what's right.
All right, Carl. I'll bargain with you. It would at least relieve the dull monotony.
You give me a chance?
Yes, for 24 hours.
24 hours? Only 24 hours?
Yes. Do nothing but good for 24 hours, and I'll not return to claim you. But if you fail...
I won't fail. I won't.
It's up to you, Carl. It's entirely up to you. But remember, only 24 hours. Only 24 hours, Carl.
You really shouldn't have come tonight, Laura. You should rest.
I know. But I couldn't rest. Poor Carl. He needed someone so badly those last few days. And I was away. Never dreaming what was happening.
You mustn't blame yourself, Laura.
Oh, I can't help it. I feel I deserted my husband. Just when a man needs his wife most. There'll come a time, Dr. West, when I'll be afraid to come out here to the mausoleum. I wanted to come tonight to tell him goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yes. I loved my husband, David. Despite everything he did, he was the only one I ever cared for.
Here, my dear, I have the key. I say, Laura, it's not locked.
But I saw you lock it after the services this afternoon.
I did lock it. I'd swear I did.
Open the door.
Yes.
Do you have a light?
Yes. Pocket flash. There.
Oh, David.
Empty. The casket's empty.
David, for heaven's sakes, what's happened here?
I don't know, but Carl always said he'd come back.
What?
Yes. He told me once he had no fear of death because he knew he could always make a deal with Satan.
Carl told you that?
Yes. I laughed at him at the time, but now I wonder. I'd better go now, Laura. Sure you're feeling all right?
Yes, I know I won't sleep tonight.
You can relax. I can send you out a nurse if you like.
Oh, no. No, I'd rather be alone.
Well, if you need me, please don't hesitate to call.
Thank you, David.
Good night, my dear.
Good night, David. And thank you so much for being such a dear.
I'll call you in the morning. Good night.
That's strange. Yes. I'm not hearing things. That's an electric razor running. But it can't be. There's no one in the apartment but myself. Carl. 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 Carl!
Yes, my dear, did you call me?
Carl.
Yes, Laura, what is it?
Carl. Are you really there?
What do you mean, am I really here? Of course I'm here. Heavens, I was right in the middle of my shaving.
Oh, no.
Laura, what's the matter with you? Why'd you call me?
No, Carl, please don't come any closer, please.
The world's gotten into you all of a sudden.
Darling, is it really you?
Really, me? Now, what are you talking about?
Carl, don't you know?
Don't I know what?
We buried you this afternoon.
Carl, don't look at me like that.
Buried me?
Yes.
Oh, darling, what's happened? Tell me what's happened.
I don't know. Something's wrong.
Carl.
My head. Whirling. Dizzy. I don't remember what happened.
Oh, darling, you're alive. Warm. Breathing.
Yes, but I seem to have been away. It was so hot. There was a boat on a river and a satin-lined casket and... Oh, Laura.
Darling, you did come back. Dr. West said you would.
Dr. West?
Yes, David. He said you told him once you'd come back after you'd gone on.
Laura, I have been dead, haven't I?
Yes, Carl.
I remember now. I was sitting at my desk, sitting alone at night in my office, and then something happened.
You were shot in the back of the neck.
Everything stopped. The next thing I knew, I was riding in the bottom of a boat lined with silk. No. That wasn't the boat that was lined. It was the casket. He told me to move my hand and I'd feel it.
Who, Carl? Who told you?
It was the devil.
Carl.
Yes. I died. Went to Hades. But I bargained with Satan. I bargained with him. He took me up, gave me 24 hours. 24 hours.
Darling, I don't understand.
24 hours to prove I could do good here on Earth.
How is it true? Can it be real?
Yes, it is true. It's real.
I can't believe it. Things like this just don't happen.
This happened.
But, Carl, how?
I made a bargain, I tell you. A bargain with Satan. And I have a rendezvous to keep with him in 24 hours.
I'm so confused, Carl. If only... Who could that be?
I'll go see.
Oh, no. If it's anyone we know, they won't understand. You go back into the bedroom, dear. I'll see who it is.
But the world's got to know sometime.
Oh, people will know soon enough. Please, dear. I'm too upset for a scene to try to explain to anyone tonight.
All right, my dear, if you wish.
Thank you, darling. Just a moment. David.
I had to come back, Laura. I couldn't stay away.
David, please.
Forgive me, dearest. But I've waited so long.
David, please go.
No, not until I've talked to you.
Some other time.
I can't wait any longer, Laura. It's not fair for you to ask me to.
Not fair?
You know I love you, Laura. You've known it for months, years.
David.
You have known, haven't you?
Yes, but...
I've waited so long to have the right to tell you about my love. Now, I know it's not right to come to you on the night of your husband's funeral and say these things, but I must know, Laura. I must know.
I have nothing to say to you, David, nothing.
I know you were always madly in love with that criminal of a husband of yours, but that's over now. You'll have to forget him. Oh, remember, darling, you're a young woman yet. Your life is still ahead of you. You can't go on carrying a torch for someone who cared more about making $1 million than making you happy.
Please, David, don't say that.
I have a right to say it. Now, I've kept it in check all of these years, waiting and hoping. And now Carl is dead. Do you hear me? Dead. Dead. You belong to me now.
No, David. Not now or ever.
Yes, I say, you're mine. If anyone has a right to you, I have. After everything I've done to get you.
Will you go now, David?
Oh, Laura, I need you. Oh, Laura, please, so you'll marry me.
No, David. I'll never marry you.
But I know you care for me. I could make you learn to love me.
No, never. I've had nothing for you, David, but friendship. I'll never have more.
I know that's not true.
Don't say that.
It's not. You do care for me. I could tell by the way you kissed me. That's when I first began building my hopes.
Kissed you? When did I kiss you?
You haven't forgotten. The party in my penthouse. Not more than 3 months ago.
Your birthday party?
Yes.
All the girls kissed you that night. If you remember, we even made a sort of game out of it, lined up like a bunch of high school girls to compliment our hosts.
Yes, but you meant more than just a compliment that night.
You imagined it.
Oh, no.
I kissed you just like the others. In full sight of my husband. And I might add, to his complete amusement.
Carl wasn't in the room. You waited until he'd left before you got into line.
Oh, nonsense, David.
No. I knew that night you cared for me. That's when I began planning to make you mine.
David, will you please go?
Not until you've told me you'll marry me.
I've told you I won't.
There's someone else.
Only my husband.
Someone else. Someone who's alive.
Please go, David.
What's that?
I want you to go.
What was that? In that other room?
Nothing.
What are
Nothing at all.
What are you doing?
I don't want you to ever come back here, David.
What are you doing?
I'm locking this door. I'm in no mood to have you go ransacking my place.
There's someone in that room.
David?
So. You couldn't wait until your husband was safely buried. Couldn't wait.
David.
Well, he won't have you. You hear me? He won't have you.
David. Please go now.
Very well. But I'm telling you this, Laura. He won't have you. Whoever he is, he'll never have you. I promise you that.
Carl? You heard?
Yes.
Well?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Carl. She's been having an affair behind your back, hasn't she? She deserves to be killed. doesn't she? Well, go ahead and kill her.
I don't have to tell you, Carl. I've never cared for him.
Go ahead, Carl. Kill her. She's lying, don't you think?
No one but you, darling. Ever.
I can still tempt you, Carl. That's my job. That's how I keep my fires burning.
I know you believe me, Carl.
No, don't believe her. She's never lied to you before, but there's always a first time.
Darling, please don't stand there looking at me. Say something.
She wants you to say something. Well, go ahead. Say something.
Darling.
It's all right, dearest. I believe you. I wonder what people will say when I walk out into the world again.
Carl, don't you think it would be best for us to go away quietly? Someplace where we'd never be recognized?
No, Laura. I have a bargain to fulfill. Only until 3 this afternoon.
You'll spend that time with me then?
I'm sorry I can't. There's more to be done than probably either of us imagined.
Where are you going?
To the office first?
I'll go with you.
No, dear. I'll come back to you before I leave you again. To keep my rendezvous with Satan. Good morning, Miss Walling.
Good morning, Mr. Fisher. You're early this morning, Mr. Fisher. Mr. Fisher. Oh.
Confounded girl. How she'll made a scene. I'll spend all morning explaining. Nothing doing. I'll lock myself in the office. West.
Come in, Carl. I've been waiting for you.
Sitting in my chair. At my desk.
Yes. This is your gun, I believe.
What's the meaning of this?
I'm prepared to make a bargain with you.
Bargain?
Yes.
What sort of a bargain?
You died without leaving a will. I have one here dated 3 months before your death. Sign it, the business becomes mine. And I'll permit you to take away half of your $7 million and Laura.
You permit me?
Yes. You couldn't operate your business now. People wouldn't want to do business with a dead man.
Do I look dead to you?
Don't be facetious. I'm serious. I know all about what happened to you. When I came back to see Laura last night, I heard you talking before I pushed the buzzer. I don't understand it all, but I'm prepared to give Laura up for your business and half your cash.
You killed me.
What?
You killed me.
Fisher, keep back.
I see it clearly now. I see now that Laura wasn't lying to me last night. She's never cared for you.
I warn you, keep back, Fisher.
I remember what you said to her. You said, if anyone has a right to you, Laura, I have. After everything I've done to get you.
This gun is loaded, Carl.
Yes, I see it all clearly now.
Stay back. Stay away from me.
The night she kissed you at the party. Remember what you said about that last night? That was the night you began planning to make her yours.
If you come any nearer, I'll shoot.
I'm not going to harm you, Dr. West.
You'd like to get your hands on this gun. You'd like to kill me, wouldn't you?
Kill you? No, I can't kill you. I've made a bargain not to.
Then keep back.
I could kill you, though. I've been proclaimed legally dead, you know. You can't hang a dead man.
Keep back. One step farther and I'll shoot.
I told you I don't intend to harm you.
Stop where you are.
I just want you to take a good look at me, Doctor.
Stop. Not one step farther. Not one step farther.
Laura.
Oh, darling, are you hurt?
It's nothing.
He shot you, Carl.
Laura. That gun in your hand.
I followed you here. I don't know why I brought the gun.
Laura. You killed him.
Darling.
Give it to me.
No.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Carl, you must get to a doctor.
No. Look at the clock. No time for a doctor.
You hurt badly.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Give me that gun.
Carl.
Give it to me. There. Now they'll think we shot each other.
Carl. 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 Oh, my darling. My darling.
You have won your bargain, Carl Fisher. There's no place here for you now.
You have heard Rendezvous with Satan, tonight's original tale of dark fantasy by Scott Bishop, originating in the studios of WKY. Ben Morris was Carl Fisher, Blois Wright played Dr. David West, Eleanor Naylor Corrin was Laura Fisher, Fred Wayne took the part of Satan, Muir Height was heard as Reverend Brooks, and Georgiana Cook Height played the secretary. Next Friday at this time, listen for Scott Bishop's I Am Your Brother. Tom Paxton speaking. Dark Fantasy comes to you each Friday night from Oklahoma City. This is the National Broadcasting Company. This is the National Broadcasting Company. This is the National Broadcasting Company. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Sleeping Dead. Now just lie quietly, Mr. Wentworth. Cotton nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Antiseptic.
Yes.
Pulse?
Normal. Temperature normal.
How long have you had these symptoms, Mr. Wentworth?
About 2 weeks.
Have you been walking with a limp as long as 2 weeks?
Yes, I have.
When did you first notice the injury?
Oh, it must have been 6 months ago. Yes, at least that long ago. There was a slight swelling in the black and blue mark. Then it disappeared. I thought nothing more of it until my leg began paining me 2 weeks ago.
I see. Is there much pain now?
No, none. The leg feels numb.
Let me see the x-rays, nurse.
Here they are, Doctor.
It got so I couldn't stand on the leg more than an hour at a time, and I began walking with a cane. After that, about 3 weeks ago, I couldn't put weight on it at all, and I had to buy the crutches.
Who suggested the crutches?
Why, no one.
You should have seen a doctor 2 months ago.
I didn't suspect that anything was wrong 2 months ago.
You might have saved your leg.
Saved my leg?
Yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Wentworth. It will have to be amputated at once.
Oh, no. Lose my leg. Lose my leg. Lose my leg. Oh, no, Doctor. No, you can't. You can't.
I'm afraid, Mr. Wentworth, it isn't a matter of can or can't. None of us have any choice in the matter now.
Oh, but Doctor...
Naturally, I can't compel you to undergo the operation. The choice is up to you. But if you refuse, I cannot take your case or be responsible for your life.
My life?
Yes. Unless that limb is removed instantly, I'm afraid, Mr. Wentworth, the poison in your body will never stop until it has reached your brain.
It's that bad, then?
It's more serious than I can tell you, yes.
Very well, Doctor. Do what you think is best.
Oh, no.
What was that, nurse?
Nothing, Dr. Mason. Nothing.
Prepare this man for surgery.
Yes, Doctor.
Have you any people you wish to notify, Mr. Wentworth?
No one. No one who would care.
You have no living relative, do you?
No. What makes you ask?
I didn't think so. I mean, we want to be sure relatives are notified in cases such as this.
No, there's no one.
We'll perform the operation at once.
There's just one thing I don't understand.
Yes, what's that?
I don't know how I got here.
You fainted. You were found unconscious by one of my assistants. He saw that you needed medical attention, so he hurried you here.
Your name, Doctor?
Mason. Dr. Clarence Mason.
I see. And the hospital?
This isn't a hospital.
But, well then, where am I?
You are at my private sanitarium.
Sanitarium?
Yes. Now just lie quietly, please.
But which sanitarium?
You might as well know now. You will sooner or later. This is Fairchild Sanitarium.
Fairchild? The sanitarium on the island?
Yes.
But Fairchild has been closed for 10 years.
Has it?
Why, yes. I used to work there just before it closed.
Yes, I know.
You do?
Don't you remember me, Wentworth?
No, I've never seen you before.
Certainly you have. Look at me closely. Look into my eyes. Imagine me without this beard. Picture me as you think I might have looked 10 years ago.
Holtz. Abraham Holtz.
You see? You hadn't forgotten me. But don't you wish you had?
Holtz. No, it can't possibly be.
Do you remember, Wentworth, that I once told you nothing is impossible for Abraham Holtz?
It is you, Holtz.
Yes. I finally caught up with you.
Caught up with me?
Yes. I warned you 10 years ago that you would suffer for what you did to me.
What I did to you?
Of course. You thought your testimony against me would give you a good position at the sanitarium, didn't you?
My testimony against you was given regretfully, but in good faith.
Good faith, you say. Good faith, indeed. You thought by ridding the sanitarium of me, you would win your way into the good graces of Dr. Van Sickle.
Dr. Van Sickle died about a week after your trial.
Yes. A pity. And strange, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
That the man who swore out the charges against me didn't live 200 hours afterward.
You? They said there was something strange about Van Sickle's death. But whatever it was, it completely baffled the experts.
Yes, they're so easily baffled. Poor, stupid, nincompoops.
You killed Van Sickle.
Do you think you could prove that, Wentworth?
You were supposed to be in the penitentiary at the time.
Yes, and so I was.
What?
I was in the penitentiary. I am now.
Now? Now, you say?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Did you forget? My sentence was for life. I could hardly serve a sentence like that in 10 years.
You escaped?
In a sense.
What do you mean?
I haven't the inclination to explain it to you now. Suffice it to say, it has been impossible from the first to imprison the one whom you first knew as Dr. Abraham Holtz.
How could you be in prison and here at the same time? Mad. You're mad. Completely.
Well, that is probably what the doctors would say, yes. But I repeat, their plain out-and-out stupidity is as amazing as it is alarming.
I'm getting out of here.
Out of here? Well, yes, of course. Go right ahead.
You bet I will. I'm going to get out of here so fast
Well? Something delaying you, Wentworth?
My leg. I can't move it. What have you done to me?
I've merely made it a little inconvenient for you to leave.
You devil.
I think that's what you said, Wentworth, in the courtroom when you testified against me 10 years ago. Remember? Remember what you said, Wentworth? I do. I remember quite distinctly what you said.
You've asked me to testify in this court just what my reaction has been to the practices of Dr. Abraham Holtz. Well, gentlemen, when I first came to Fairchild Sanitarium, Dr. Holtz was apparently a normal, capable, practicing surgeon with a very extraordinary ability. But then he began to change. Yes, change. He ceased to be human. Yes, he became more like a devil. That's it. He became more like a devil.
You remember that, don't you, Wentworth?
Oh, I only said what I thought was true. You did cease to be human. You treated me and the rest of the interns like we were beasts.
You were like beasts to me. Suddenly everyone became beast-like. Because suddenly I found myself in a position that put me far above every other human on earth. Made all mankind to me like beasts are to man.
What do you mean? Found yourself in a position?
Sometime, Wentworth. Sometime soon, perhaps. You'll know. The electric warning. Someone has just entered the front door of the sanitarium. I must leave you now, but first...
What are you doing?
While I am gone, you must rest.
Get away! Get away! Get away!
An injection of this, Wentworth, to quiet you.
No. Keep away from me or I'll...
There. What will happen next will probably amaze you.
You devil.
You persist in calling me that, do you? Very well, Wentworth. At first, I was going to take only one of your legs in exchange for what you did to me with your testimony. Now, I shall take them both.
No. You can't do a thing like that to me.
Is Dr. Mason here?
Miss Young?
Yes. I have an appointment with the doctor.
Go away, miss. Go away. Quickly.
What?
Oh, please. Please, I beg you to go away before it's too late.
Too late?
Yes. There's nothing but trouble for you here.
Trouble? What do you mean?
No, I can't tell you. I can't. Just go away, Miss Young, while there's still time.
Perhaps, nurse, Miss Young doesn't wish to go away.
Dr. Holtz. Oh, please.
Quiet. You will go take care of the patient in surgery, nurse.
Yes, doctor.
I must apologize, Miss Young. see, my nurse is quite upset. One of our surgeons operated this morning under most adverse conditions. A death resulted. The nurse has been quite upset about it all day because, well, to be quite frank, the surgeon was her brother. I'd warned him an operation would be fatal to the patient, but he went ahead anyway while I was away from the sanitarium. When I came back, I did everything I could to resuscitate the patient, but I was just minutes too late. I was compelled to discharge the surgeon from my staff. His sister is merely upset about the whole thing.
She called you Dr. Holtz.
What?
Yes, I heard her. She called you Dr. Holtz.
Did she? Well, that's her brother's name. She's so confused about everything.
No.
What?
No, I said no. That isn't her brother's name. It's your name, Doctor.
Miss Young.
Yes. When you telephoned me yesterday, I knew there was something about your voice I vaguely recognized. Now I know. You're Dr. Abraham Holtz.
You always were a very keen and intelligent woman, Miss Young.
Dr. Holtz.
It's nice to see you again, Linda.
You escaped from prison.
In a way.
You lured me here. Pretended you needed a supervisor for your sanitarium. I should have known better.
Yes, Linda, perhaps you should have.
What do you want?
I thought perhaps we could have a good laugh together over my court trial.
Laugh?
Yes, just so. You remember, don't you, that it was partially your testimony that sent me to prison?
You had a fair trial?
Are you so very certain I did?
Of course. You had every opportunity to explain your devilish actions, but you refused.
Devilish actions?
Yes. You were a devil.
That's what he said. Just a few moments ago.
Who?
Wentworth.
Paul?
Yes. And both of you called me a devil when you testified at my trial.
Where is Paul now?
You will see him, my dear. Much sooner than you expect.
What do you mean?
I have great plans for you, Linda. Yes, for you and Wentworth.
You were supposed to serve life in prison.
Life. Life, you say?